Hey everyone, PM Kester here with How to Take a Break, and I am back per some requests to do a deeper dive on some of the things I talked about in the How to Restart Your Life video. In this video, I am going to do a deeper dive into the career portion of it. That seems to be the sweet spot on how to restart your life. Career edition. Go get pencil, go get paper, go get a drink, because you know when you start talking about career and stuff like that, you might need it. And then meet me back here and let's start with a few tips and a little story time. All right, before we get into the video, I want to remind everyone that if you are liking the content of how to take a break to do all of these great things, please subscribe and please share with someone that you think would get something out of these videos. But for now, we're going to get into it. So how to take a break to restart in your sector of career. So restarting your life and career. Doing the last video, I'm gonna be honest, had me kind of reevaluating a whole lot of restarts that I've made in my life. And what I had come to recognize was all the different times and different ways that I have pivoted or restarted in the area of career. And I'll explain a little bit because I want you to also do a similar exercise where you start thinking back and looking at where you've been in your career. But for me, I am 43 years old. My undergrad degree, that's my bachelor's degree, it is in psychology. So I have a degree in psychology with a minor in sociology and communications. I initially started it as a double major in psychology and mass communications, to be exact. I have a master's degree in public health. And my career has been one where with all of that, I started actually as a journalist, as a writer, moved over into doing more stuff. So that was my first restarting my life. Things happened, had a baby, things shifted, wanted to make more money, pivoted from being a journalist into doing public relations. So worked for a big public relations company in the state that I was in. All the while, you know, finishing up school and stuff and parenting and things like that. And then I moved. And so then I started working as a psych tech while also going to school again and doing what I need to do to get certified as a clinical research professional. So that's working with clinical trials. Did that, pivoted from that and started working in healthcare IT. And from that, working where I'm at now and where I've been for like 10 years, which is more government related, but it's working with my public health background, but did that for almost 10 years until I had an opportunity this year to pivot within my organization and end up doing public affairs again after so many years where that skill was just dormant. But I say all that to say, I think we look at restarting as such a scary thing, and I think I talked about this on the last video, and we especially looked at it as a scary thing in our sector of career, right? Because you need your career. I don't care as much as people talk about being an entrepreneur and all these other things. You gotta have some type of income flow coming in, right? You got to pay for the light bill, the rent, your kids if you have them. So it's very scary to think about restarting your life in the career sector because it's almost like you feel like you can't afford to kind of have that uncertainty. So I want to give you 3 tips. If you are struggling, if you're like, you feel like something is tugging at you and you want to restart in your career area. Maybe the kids are no longer in your home. Maybe you are going through some type of relationship upheaval where you need to kind of shift some things. Maybe your heart is just not in your current job anymore. These are some 3 things that I want you to do or to think about when you're trying to restart that area. So number one, I want you to get a journal, sheet of paper, send yourself an email, and I want you to write down, where do you see yourself in 1 year, 5 years, and 10 years in your current career? 1 year in that career, do you even see yourself still in this field, or even at this job? Because you know, it could be career, it could just be the place that you work. But where do you see yourself there in 1 year? Pause. Close your eyes. And now I want you to think about, in 5 years, where are you with your job? Where are you with your career? Are you still in that field? Have you become a manager? Are you moving into more of a teaching-like function? Have you left your current job and moved somewhere else, somewhere greater that you've always wanted to go to? Pause. When you think about 10 years, I want you to see it in your head. In 10 years, are you still in this career field? Are you still at that same company, or have you moved further up? I want you to write that down, and I want you to get real, and I want you to get honest. Where do you see yourself in that job? Write it down. All right. Number 2. Now I want you to write down and think about, after you have read over what you wrote in that first exercise, 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, where you see yourself, what do you need to do to pivot? What do you need to do to have a Control-Alt-Delete to restart your career sector? Do you need to go back to school? Do you need to undergo like some other type of training? Where I have a colleague of mine, she has left public health and is now pivoting over into doing IT related work. So she did all the classes that she needs, and now she's in the middle of like a 10-week internship. Do you need to do something like that? Have you done the work? Is there work you can do online and then do an internship? What do you need to do to pivot? Do you want to move up to management and no one really knows? Do you need to go talk to your current manager and see what you need to do to get on the leadership track? What does that look like? Courses, seminars, special management training. What can you do for yourself to help along that journey? What do you need to do to pivot? What do you need to do to pivot? Look at that list, 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, and then think, what do you need to do to pivot? Maybe you want to work for yourself. What type of business would you run if you could? Where would you get the funding from? Is it something that you can do part-time while you use your full-time job money to fund your dreams? Write it down. Write the vision. We talked about this during the last video. What do you need to pivot? And finally, number 3, when we talk about career, how to restart with your career. After you have wrote everything down, you thought about 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, where you see yourself. You've written down and you thought about, what do you need to do to pivot? Like, hey, I'm getting ready. I need to talk to my boss. I need to let him know that I want to move up. Or I'm recognizing I don't really like this company, and my goal was always to work for this hospital system or this IT company or for this restaurant. Now that you have figured that out, number 3, you need to release the fear and just do it. A lot of times we stay stagnant because we get scared. We stay stagnant and we keep from restarting. We keep from having that moment where we can pivot and do stuff, because a lot of us want to pivot and we have the means too, but we get scared, and so thus we stay stuck. So for you, number 3, you need to release the fear and just do it. Once you have written down what you need to do to pivot, act on it. If you need to go talk to your boss, talk to your boss. If you need to get more training or education, go on the website, figure out, look, they have Klarna, Affirm, and all that other type of stuff to pay for your classes. You are smart. I know you're smart because you're on YouTube. YouTube has classes, but you have enough in you that you can figure out, this is what I need. This is how many credits of what I need. These are the skills I need to learn. And I'm going to set aside the time and I'm going to do it so I can restart this sector of my life. I believe in you. You can do it. Everybody is pivoting. You can pivot. Stop being scared. I'm going to repeat those 3 things. All right. How to restart your life, career edition. Number 1, where do you see yourself in 1 year, 5 years, 10 years? Write that down. Be detailed. Number 2, you're going to write down, what do you need to do to pivot? What do you need to do to pivot? Write it down. It's like who you want to talk to. You got to go to school. Learn some stuff via YouTube University. All right? You got it. And number 3, you're going to release the fear and you're going to act on it. You're going to do it. Don't stay stuck. Don't stay stuck. Greatness is in you. I'm so happy you took the time to take a break with me. And I want you to find a little time to take a break for yourself. Until next time, bye.